Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. I want to just go ahead and walk you through everything that we are doing this week and a couple announcements. So, to start us off, let's go ahead and look at this week's announcements. So, there's just a few things that I want to talk to you about, and primarily we need to talk about the new schedule. There's not going to be a lot of changes. I hope that it's going to make it easier for you to make sure you don't have competing classes and teacher expectations that are piling up on you. Hopefully this will make it more simple. Please give us all your feedback if that's not true, because everything about what we're doing is trying to make this work for you. So please let us know. Okay. So for me, to just really talk about this school structure, I'm going to continue to post my videos on Mondays, and I'm going to continue to have all of your work due the following week. So if you're in my third period class, your work will be due on Monday. If you're in my fourth period class, your work will be due on Monday, right? Because I assign it to you on Tuesday. It'll be due the 1 week from the day that it is assigned on your schedule. Does that make sense? So I will still be posting on Mondays and then grading 1 week later. But I want to make sure that you all understand that you will always have 1 week to complete your assignments, and I will always post 1 week's worth of work. And just to clarify for you what that is 3 hours worth of work. Right? So 3 hours in 1 week is basically the expectation that I have for you guys. Okay. So you can do them at your own pace. The recommendation is that you follow the schedule and you follow it along just like you would as if you were at school. So that would mean that you have an hour and a half on Tuesday to work on it if you were in third or fourth period. And then you also would have another near hour on either Thursday or Friday. So basically that's kind of the expectation. Does that make sense? If it turns out that it's way more than 3 hours and you're just doing the minimum, just let me know. But it really shouldn't be. Even like for me to make the thing that you're going to make this week, it took me about an hour. So you should be all good with then photographing it and uploading it. Okay. So next thing I want to talk about is inserting images rather than linking them when you put them on a Canvas discussion. So grading is not happening, but evaluating is, right? And we've talked about the difference between an evaluation and a grade. And so when you are just putting a link into the Canvas discussion, other people can't give you feedback because they'd have to click the link and then the link downloads, and it's kind of a pain. And for me, for my evaluation, it puts a big hiccup in how to do it. So if you haven't figured out how to insert an image into Canvas, this video right here is going to be able to give you the information you need. And we are going to start turning our work in through discussions rather than through artist statements. Like I said, I'm trying to make this easy for you and fun, because I know that you guys are spending a lot of time staring at computers now, and that most of your day is done on the computer. And I really don't want that to be your world in ceramics. Okay, so I want to make sure that in ceramics, you have an opportunity to spend time with your hands, with your brain, with creativity, with music, and to share that with each other. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having you write the artist statement and all that stuff, I just want you to post the pictures in a quick reflection into a discussion and then respond to somebody else, right? So just give someone a shout out. There'll be more instructions about that on your actual work, okay? I also want to talk to you about the virtual 5K or 10K that Everett High is doing. I would love to have you do this too. I'm going to do it on a bike because I hate running a lot, but I'm really bored. And so me and my kids are going to do a 10K bike run. But so I want to just encourage you, use your scooters, use your bikes, walk, run, whatever. Just join something so you feel like you're doing this along with us. There's more information here in the Greetings from Leggetts House. Here's how you sign up. So here's information, how you sign up, and then you can even track along with other people if you like. And that's going to be just completely up to you whether or not you do that. But I want to encourage you to do it. Let me know if you do. I'd like to know what other students are going to be out there busting their buns with me on May 30th. Okay, May 30th. I thought it was closer than that. May 30th at 9 a.m. Okay? Make sense? All right, and the last announcement there is just for AP, so we're going to skip that one. You have some new vocabulary that you're going to be doing this week, so make sure that you take a moment to set up your sketchbooks and get this information into your sketchbook, and then just send me a quick photo through Canvas. We're going to be working with coils, and so your learning goal is going to be to create a patterned coil vessel using a press mold. So basically a press mold is anytime you're pressing clay into a form. And so the form you're going to be using is just a paper stencil or a paper template, okay? So your vessel needs to be functional, needs to be 100% constructed with coils, and it needs to showcase 5 or more repeating coil elements as patterns. So we're really going to play around with pattern and coils and just forming that into a vessel. You'll be able to see when you watch the video, it's about 6 minutes. You'll get all the information you need from there. And if you have any questions, obviously give me a shout on Remind. That's the easiest way for me to respond quickly. All right. And then here's what I'm talking about. When you're finished with your project for the week, I want you to just go ahead and enter a picture of your work here in a conversation so we can all see your work, chat with you about it. You can do a quick reflection. Please don't disparage your artwork. Like if it didn't turn out that great, you can say, I'm not super happy with how it turned out, but don't be like, here's my crappy art, right? We still want to practice that like self-respect and really valuing the fact that we're learners and you're trying to learn this without someone there to help you, so cut yourself some slack. When you're posting a picture, you click this little 3 buttons. Do you see that? So that'll give you these other options. Don't use a link, use the photo. So this way you can upload an image. And if you do this, it's going to paste the image into your response. That way other people can see it. They don't need to download your image. And when I'm evaluating you, bam, it just pops up. I can look at your work. I can write you comments. And by the way, if you're not checking the comments, you certainly should be. I've been responding to all of your work project-wise, not necessarily if it's just your notes or your stuff in your sketchbook, but if you created something, I'm writing you back. So make sure you're checking those, okay? And other than that, that's next week. Other than that, we're all set. So I hope you guys are having an okay time. I hope you're not feeling too bored. I hope you're finding projects and I hope you're making stuff. So for those of you who are not using clay, I do want to touch on that. For those of you who are not using clay, for whatever reason, I still want you submitting a project a week and submit it just for each week the way that I'm asking for things to be submitted. And I'm trying to provide different examples of things you can do. If there is not an example posted, I just want to encourage you to look up stuff on YouTube, find a little project that you can do that has some element of 3-dimensional design, right? Some element of sculpture, and just post that right along with everybody else. If you don't have clay and you are in Everett, I know some of you are abroad, but if you are in Everett and you would like clay, let me know through Remind, and I'll see what I can do because I definitely want you guys all working. I don't want the end of the year to come and then have them tell me that I need to decide who does and doesn't receive credit. So not that there's any threat of that at this moment, but that's the direction we're going. So I want us all to be prepared, okay? So just be prepared, keep doing your work. If you don't have access to clay, be making sculptures. I've given a couple examples of things you can do to learn more about sculpting. They're listed on the spring break deal. There's some cubes, some paper origami style things to do for the geometric forms. So just keep following along, doing your very, very best, and make sure something is submitted every week, okay? All right. Peace out, my pals. Bye-bye.